keeping ourselves centered and protected. As you go through the intuitive healing process, you need to know each of us has our own special power. We carry it within. It waits to be awakened. Call it your inner self, your spirit, or light, however conceived. You must meet and come to know your core essence. The source of all intuition is your fiercest ally and advocate against danger. By connecting with this part of yourself, you'll mount confidence, feel safer in the world than whatever or whoever crosses your path. Even the devil incarnate will have no match for your resilience. What you must do is flush out beliefs that divert you from your inner intuitive healing power. Begin by asking yourself, what in my life throws me off centre and why? I'm referring to everything from a stranger flashing you a dirty look, to fear of rejection, or dealing with someone in pain. Interactions where your energy dims, weak spots, points that need securing, and that are about negativity. How do you deal with yours or others? If a supervisor says you'll never be successful, or an ex-lover announces you're incapable of a healthy relationship, do you buy into it? We each have our triggers. The basis of centering and protection is grasping where we get caught and then disengage the trigger. The belief that I'm not strong enough to protect myself is the basis of our difficulties. As children, many of us aren't taught to believe in the full power we contain. Yes, our parents may support our intelligence, talents, physical attractiveness, even teach sound ethical values, the difference between right and wrong. But what happens to our inner self? Might even devoutly religious parents fail to realise it is there. Our starting point is to recognise we possess a very real internal source which enables us to deeply see and know. Yet when something goes wrong, frequently our first impulse is to look outside of ourselves for someone to fix us. We get sick, we rush to the doctor, we become depressed, we call a therapist, we're in pain and we take a pill. It's fine to seek expertise, but we have it backwards. Look inside first, really. It's not a big blank in there. Then act on what your wisdom tells you. So what stops you? A likely culprit is the vulnerable child we each carry within. This aspect of our psyche yearns to be taken care of, protected, and is unequipped to do so alone. He pops up at the darndest circumstances, reducing us to a tiny helpless tot. Of course, we must tenderly acknowledge her needs, but know where to draw the line. Would you want a baby running around your boardroom? Your life? Remember, your inner self is more than an inner child, far grander, capable of ministering all of your needs. It's the radiance of your spirit. Feeling this, knowing this, is the best protection of all. You must become your own champion before anyone else can. Then, when you believe in yourself, no one else can diminish you. I'm always struck by how worried people are about being thwarted by other people's negative thoughts. Such concerns need to be addressed on an intuitive healing level. Ill intentions or feelings can affect us, creating anxiety or physical disease. We must train ourselves to deflect them. Negative energy is any force to your well-being which is harmful to your well-being. How does it turn up in your everyday life? Let's start at the lower end of the spectrum. Your neighbour doesn't approve of you. A friend puts you down, or your plan to start college at 40, your boyfriend, girlfriend is sending you bad vibes. What do? You need to take strategies to develop intuitive healing. Believe in yourself. Focusing on your strength of your inner self is the best defense against negativity. No matter how dramatic its manifestation, if you're solidly connected to yourself, nothing can get to you. Many people say that they are too sensitive for their own good. The arch enemy of intuition is lack of sensitivity. Know this, there is no such thing as being overly sensitive. To grasp this concept, you need to have to reconfigure old ideas that have been drummed into your head when parents or teachers said, you have to toughen up. Especially with boys. They're told only sissies cry. Unknowingly, they're undermining the very crux of your intuitive tie with the world. Male sensibility in particular has been bludgeoned by such rigid conditioning. But for both sexes, to break down childhood armouring requires extraordinary commitment, trust and resolve. What I'm speaking of isn't simply expressing your emotions, it's slowly learning in your own time frame to remain wide open to the intuitive realm, being one with the wind, the moon, other people's joys, sorrows, and the continuum of life and death. From this comes an innate elastic bond with all of existence, exactly what you don't want to protect yourself from. Sensitivity only turns against you when you feel overwhelmed. But how do you stay receptive and not get obliterated by the insensitivity of such input? It is possible to remain vulnerable and feel safe. The answer is never to shut your sensitivity off, but to develop it in a creative resource. We're trained that this big-hearted people, it's laudable to try to relieve the pain of others. A homeless person holding a cardboard sign, I'm hungry, will work for food. At a busy intersection, a child hurt, a distraught friend. It's natural to want to reach out to them, ease their angst. But many of us don't stop there. Inadvertently, we take it on. Suddenly, we're the one feeling desolate, off-kilter, bereft. And we feel fine when we felt fine before. This loss of centre is what I address. It does not serve us. I'm adamant that the most compassionate, effective route to healing people is to be a supportive presence, not attempt to live their pain for them. Moreover, sometimes suffering has its own cycle that has to be respected, hard as that may be to witness. We must lie to the rest of the old metaphysical prototype of the empathic healer. Typically grossly obese women, extra weight they mistakenly argued was the only way to stay grounded, who cured patients by absorbing symptoms with the technique of laying on the hands. The result? Patients would leave feeling better. Healers would be the sickly wreck. These women were convinced such a sacrifice was necessary to lessen the suffering of others. I almost got snagged by the same trap. I used to drag myself home, flopped into bed half dead from everything I'd absorb. A sure path to burnout. This track wasn't good for me, or anyone around me. I've learnt the value of being a catalyst for people's growth without compromising my own well-being. Friends themselves has taught me I can't do the work for them. That is not my job, nor is it yours. Keep this in mind. It is none of our business to deprive anyone else of their life experiences. I understand the impulse to want to make things better. Compassion and desire to console are human, but there's a fine line between supporting someone and trying to do it for them. No matter how well-meaning or heartfelt our intention, doing too much is not an act of love, but of sabotage. You can be caring and honest with someone, yet still let them be. Don't equate honouring their growth process with abandoning them. A practical philosophy of intuitive healing. must include preserving your energy as well as serving others. Striking a balance is essential. Thank you for listening. With love.